Good morning, I'm up early today and look at that blue sky. It's not very warm though, it's been freezing standing here on the doorstep. It's nearly 20 to 8 in the morning and I've just wasted 10 minutes by scrolling on my phone. I definitely need some coffee. You might be wondering why I'm up so blooming early. Well, early for me anyway. I have an audition at uni, that's why. Oh no! This is like when you do an MA music, apparently you get bouts of terror from time to time, quite a lot throughout the whole of the semester. So I'm getting 3 bouts of terror today and tomorrow. So today I have one audition and it's for the wind band, which I didn't audition for last year because I accidentally ended up joining the orchestra instead. So I'm going to try for the wind band this year, which is a lot less pressure because you don't have one person per part for the flautists, which you do with an orchestra, so there's a lot of pressure. With the wind band, you're hidden in a crowd. It's a bit like being a violinist in an orchestra. There's a lot of you. So yes, I'd like to do that because that'll be all the fun without the scariness. So yes, let's bring on wind band. Hopefully I can get into that. And then tomorrow I'm auditioning for contemporary music group, which I did last year, but you've got to re-audition every year because it's a new intake every year. And also the jazz ensemble, which I also didn't do last year because I had a repeat booking on that day of the week about once a month. So it meant I would have to miss about a quarter of the rehearsals, which is not acceptable. So I'm going for it this year. Don't know if I'll get in or not, but one can but try. It's not been my speciality, let's put it that way. I've not done jazz. So yeah, oh my goodness. Oh. I'm not anywhere near as bad with nerves as I was this time last year. It was kind of sprung on me this time last year because I hadn't realised you had to audition. I thought you just put your names down for ensembles and you went into them. So there we are. Oh, my coffee's come in. Oh good, oh good, oh good. I gotta go in a bit under an hour, so I'm gonna get off the camera, get myself sorted out. I've got to go down to uni, then I think I'm going to treat myself to a coffee, a little celebration of kind of being back because I just really fancy it. Then I'm going to come back here, get myself sorted out, do some bits and bobs, and then I've got to get off on a bus because I've got a rehearsal this evening. I'm going to stay at my boyfriend's house and then I'm going to go directly to uni from there the next day, and I will be quite a few hours early, but it depends on his schedule and he's got to leave early in the morning, so that's why that is. So I'm going to be monstrously early at uni, but I'll probably find a workspace and just do a load of editing or something like that to use the time as productively as I would if I hadn't been there. And then I got the other 2 flipping auditions, oh my goodness, and then that's me done in uni for the whole week then. So right, I'm gonna get on. Nice talking to you. Coffee time. Anyway, I'm using my Costa mug to remind me of my adventures. I've been editing on the train as usual, giving myself food envy from my own shopping vlog, although I was only looking at them and not actually eating them or buying them, but yum. The weather is still beautiful and I decided to risk it and not bring a coat today. I looked at the temperature forecast, it was like 13, 14 degrees, so I just grabbed the first hat I could find in the hat bag without really searching through them, and this is a little bit small I think. But it'll do. The heating is on in the train and I've got some lovely, well I had some lovely warmth coming out of here. I was going to tell you about it. It's gone cold now, they must have turned it off. Anyway, it won't be long and I'll be getting off and heading off to uni. I've booked a practice room for a little half an hour warm up before my audition. 1:10, that is not the time, that is the room number that I have booked for my little warm up. It's been a while. Gotta love that beanie hat sliding up to the top of your head. Look, haven't you? Yes, I was walking along and I saw it and I reflected a window. I was like, oh. Anyway, pulled it down hastily, didn't I? So I'm here in the practice room. I've got about 40 minutes till my audition and I'm feeling remarkably calm. Honestly, I think last year has worked wonders for my fear level of these sorts of things, and the biggest part of that is just coming to terms with the fact that there will be mistakes, and that's absolutely fine, and even the top professionals make them in their concerts. It's normal, it's expected. When you're under pressure, things just go awry, you know. It's very hard to maintain 100% focus and calm, and as soon as you start tensing up, things will go, and they just will, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm a lot more at peace with that than I used to be.
Whereas when I had just finished my first degree all those years ago in the 90s, I felt like a failure if it wasn't 100% perfect, but I don't anymore because I just feel like I'm normal for making little mistakes, and that's fine. Anyway, I had to boot a poor flautist out because people quite often just take potluck with the practice rooms. They walk past and think, oh, that one's empty, I'll jump in it for a bit. So she's warming up for an audition as well. We had a bit of a chat, a little bit of a chin wag. I know she sounds good. So anyway, right, I better do some warming up. I can tell I'm out of routine of coming here. I completely forgot my water bottle, but I just grabbed a mug of water from the little cubby hole where I make my tea and coffee, so I'm going to try and keep hydrated and, you know, make sure I can optimise my focus levels for the audition, and then I'm treating myself to something nice after that. Okay, so an unexpected development. This is where I should have been having my audition right now. You may notice it is all in darkness. Yes, I noticed this as well. I thought, oh no, I better check my email, what's happened. What had happened was about 45 minutes into my commute, an email had come in for me saying that my audition is postponed because unfortunately the auditioner is unwell, which is fair enough, honestly. It's just the way it is. So I've commuted all the way in, I've warmed up, I've managed to be calm. I haven't felt too nervous. I did get a bit of a pang of anxiety. I just wanted it to be over. Now it would be over by now. Oh, it took me 10 minutes to get into my email. It was just bumming out and bumming out. It's really hard to get into my uni email, especially at uni. I don't know, it's like, feels like it's like got a blockade on it or something. It's easier to get into when I'm not in the building. It's really weird. So I'm gonna have a little rethink of today. I have got to get back home anyway. Maybe I'll just go straight to Costa and get my laptop out. I was going to do my language learning in there because I didn't do it this morning because I got up a lot earlier than usual and I didn't want to have less sleep to get up earlier to fit it in, if you know what I mean. So I did think I would do it there. So if I can get on some Wi-Fi, I'll sit and do some language learning there. I'm not in the mood to practice my piece now. I did think, oh well, yay, I've got more time to practice it, but I was kind of looking forward to not practicing it. I've got to audition the same piece tomorrow as well, so it would come in tomorrow for a different ensemble. But anyway, I'd rather practice it at home later. I just kind of want to, I don't know, just I'm not in the mood for it right now. I was kind of a bit too anticlimactic. It is what it is. I mean, to be fair, I enjoyed the commute. It was lovely sunny weather. I got a lot of editing done on the train and it was very pleasant, and I had a spring in my step walking down thinking, oh, it's so nice to be back. So rationalising it all, you know, the time it took and the money of the train fare and that, you know, I did get some enjoyment out of it, to be fair. Got me out of bed a lot earlier as well, so I've got more to my day. Right, I'm going to go to Costa. Do you want to come? Thank you so much to Vanessa for today's Buy Me a Coffee. I have ordered an Americano with soya milk. And I've gone for the smallest one that Costa do, which is actually massive in my opinion. So I'm glad I remembered to ask for the smallest one. It smells very nice, like bakery items in here, sweet ones. Ooh, today's topic for my Portuguese is at the airport. I know it sounds quite basic, and it probably will be quite basic actually, but because I love travelling, I just get so excited on the airport days, and I know a lot of people, they just want to get that bit over with, you know, and they don't like it. My boyfriend's a good example of that, but for me, I just get so excited by every step of it. So I'm going to enjoy doing this one and fantasise about future trips away. It's emptied out a little bit since I've been sitting here. There were some people there chit-chatting. I'm wondering if they might have been for the same audition because they were talking about being wind players. Well, brass actually. Comes the ramp. The weather is absolutely beautiful. Look at that sky right now. It's gorgeous. I could really feel the sun on my back when I was waiting for the train. Okay, I'm back. That took the best part of nearly 4.5 hours to basically not do very much. But I did get my shopping vlog rough cut on the train, which I would have done at home. I did do a good 20 minutes of language learning, which I would have done at home.
I did half an hour of warming up, which is kind of practice, which I would have done at home, so really it wasn't too bad all in all. And you know, and it was quite pleasant because the sun is out, it's actually beautiful weather. I'm going to get myself probably some food shortly, although I did have a packet of crisps and an apple on the train while I was editing. I don't know what to do myself. I have got a list of tasks, but I haven't slotted them into a time schedule, so I'm going to go and carefully look at that and decide what and when I'm going to do things before departing for the evening's rehearsal. One thing I'm going to be needing to do later is make a packed tea, and I bought these yesterday from Iceland. Oh, look at them. And they are frozen solid at the moment, but I'm taking them out now to thaw out, and I'm going to include those in our packed lunch. I'm also going to make just very plain and simple cheese and lettuce sandwiches. I bought a whole iceberg lettuce for my daughter last week. She didn't touch it, and now she's moved out, so I think iceberg lettuces, whole ones, keep really, really well, so I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine, and they'll probably be quite good in a sandwich because you can just have the whole leaf, can't you? Like a layer of leaf. Oh, I'm looking forward to those. I think I'm going to have to eat this banana at some point today. It is rapidly turning to liquid inside that skin, and we don't want it once it gets past that point. Well, I don't anyway. Not when it turns liquidy. No, no, no. I still need to put my Amazon subscribe and save shopping away. Some of it. I made a separate video on my shopping channel this week. It hasn't gone up as I'm filming this. I haven't even edited it as I'm filming this, but it's going to go up as an extra one. As just a sit down at the table opening boxes with me kind of haul, as opposed to an in-shop shop with me, but I've been pilfering them because I've already been consuming the contents. I think I'm going to make myself a ludicrously simple quick pasta meal for lunch. I'm just going to boil that up, add the passata that's opened in the fridge that my daughter left, some frozen mushrooms, and just have a bit of cheese on top. And I think that's what I'm going to have today for my lunch. I mean, woohoo, I just remembered I bought prawns because my daughter's got a prawn allergy. I tend not to cook with them for me, just in case. I don't know if it's in the atmosphere and she breathes it, and I don't know if it's going to set off a skin flare up. So I've added some of those to my pasta and some mushrooms. It's cooked pretty much, and now of course the water's gone off the boil because I've just added frozen things, but I'm just making it up as I go along as per usual. So my plan is, once those are just cooked and ready, I will strain that water off and add the passata that is left there and just use that up sometime later, and we're looking like this. Once I strained it, I put a little bit of oil in the pan, heated it up, and then chucked it in and kind of, I don't know, stirred it up so it had a coating of oil on it. I added some crushed chili flakes, I added some basil, bit of sea salt. I contemplated lemon juice, but I thought with the passata it might be a little bit overly acidic, so this is where we're at. I'm tempted, you know, I'm always tempted to start getting a bit more adventurous with my cooking, especially now my picky eater has left home. I could have a lot more freedom with ingredients and what I can put in. I mean, I can't really say too much about the picky eating, really, can I? Because I'm a pescatarian for a start, so there we are. I'm picky, I won't eat meat. I do not like sweet vegetables. I'm not partial to carrots, I will eat them. I cannot stand parsnips. I don't like sweet potatoes, like all the normal things, butternut squash. Like, they're just so sweet. For me it clashes, so I'm picky too. So there we are. We're all picky. Probably not everybody's picky, but we're all picky in our family, and there's different things that we will or won't eat. IB, he's got certain things that he won't eat together, like egg yolk going anywhere near a lettuce leaf. Just no. If he has baked beans, if you put it in a little ramekin on his plate so it's not touching any of the other things, he'll be a lot happier. Like in a cafe you have it as it comes, but I know if it comes in a separate little dish and it's not mixing in with the egg yolk, he's going to be a lot happier about that. So have you got any little eaty foibles of your own? You feel free to share it down in the comments. Anyway, I'm sure this will be quite nice. There it is. I'm actually not going to put cheese on it after all because I've got prawns in there for protein now. Ooh, I got my lunchtime viewing lined up. A lovely new tutorial about the GoodNotes note-taking app that I normally use. I presume it's got some updates.
Text documents make it easy to keep your work organized and ready to share.
The GoodNotes app's got this new thing. I think it's called for GoodNotes Pro, so I suspect there's like a tiered, more expensive version than the one I'm currently using, but they've got this collaborative whiteboard. You can make it as big as you like. You can just add more and more and more stuff to it, and it keeps growing with your document. But apparently in real time, if you're at a meeting or whatever, whether you're online or whether you're together in person, like one person can be scribbling something up here and you see it appearing in real time, and somebody else can be writing something in down there, and everyone can all be working on this one document together at the same time. Apparently, once your collaborative whiteboard is complete, you ask it to create a proposal based on it, and it does it. AI generates it. Really coherent, apparently, if it's to be believed. So here we are. Oh, how did I not know that GoodNotes has a digital planner inside of it? I did not know that. I'm going to have to look into that. I love planning. I use my just normal calendar app on my MacBook, which syncs with my phone and iPad at the moment, which works really well for me. But if I could have extra bits and bobs that could go with it as well, that could be very good. Oh, we have to buy the planners. I've just opened up my app to have a look. Like, I was thinking, what am I missing? Where are these planners? Well, they're $9.99, $8.99, $9.99. Oh, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? When you've already paid for the product. Speaking of tablets, I have been researching. I spent a good hour the other day when I wasn't filming, probably yesterday I think it might have been, or the day before. Anyway, I took a load of notes. I am seriously looking into getting a bigger one so that I can use a sheet music app on there and just digitise all my sheet music and use it for the GoodNotes as well, because I'm using it all the time now. All the time, and I absolutely love it. But that's a bit small. It's okay for writing it, but it's not great for reading it, especially with the sheet music as well. So I think a significant purchase is on its way in the next few weeks. That's going to really enhance my life. And as you can see, I've yommed that. It was quite tasty and very easy to make. Right, now I'm going to go upstairs and work on my Planet Immo vlog for Thursday, which needs final cutting and all the doing, like the thumbnail and all the upload stuff. And then after that, I'm going to work on my audition piece again. And I'm going to work on reading it, because you know what your girl's been doing. And I've discovered that although it was a good thing to do, I think it was also a little bit problematic, as I found out today, because what I've been doing is coming to the tricky bits and then going over them, just committing them to my sort of short-term memory, and then practice them without looking at the music. So it's been great because I haven't had the distraction of having to concentrate on reading the dots, and I've just been, you know, working on the technical parts of it and interpretive parts and experimenting with it and all that, which has been great. But I'm actually not practiced at reading the music, and it's too fast for me to read it the speed it is. So I was having a little run through before my supposed audition that didn't happen today, and I was coming a cropper on those hard bits because I was like, oh, how does that bit go again? And that's no good. See, I need to be able to read it properly. So I've highlighted it all, like critical bits in yellow and all sorts of things, but I'm still struggling with the actual speed of the visual processing, which I presume is to do with my dyslexia. I presume. So I'm just going to work on that today and spend a good hour on that as well. So that's going to keep me busy for a couple of hours. So I'll probably speak to you after that. Oh, and speaking of my dyslexia, you know, when I walked into uni today, there was a big sign up for all the auditions and it said about the wind bands. And I looked at it and I observed what room it was in, which I already knew. And what I just didn't see before my very eyes, which I did notice on the way out, was postponed. I just didn't see it. It was as if it didn't even exist. So there we are. That was annoying, wasn't it? So I did all that warming up for nothing. Oh, I've got news. I've just run down the stairs to tell you from my desk. I had a ping and an email came in from my uni, and I had to fill in a form yesterday to give some information about my previous experience, because I wanted to do studio techniques as a module for this academic year, and you're supposed to have previous experience, and I haven't. And a lot of the questions were like, you know, they want to know what softwares I've used for audio editing, and I haven't, but I managed to swing it, I think, on the video editing that I've done. But I did think I'd probably get away with it, because I was chatting to one of the other mature students about it, and she said she didn't have any prior experience, and as long as you watch a few tutorials in advance on, is it Logic Ace Pro, that's enough really. And she just had a little bit of extra support from the technician, which you can go to the tech person anytime you like and ask for help with things. So that'd be fine. But yay, there was a little bit of doubt in my mind. I was thinking, oh no, you know, am I taking the mickey here? You know, just saying, well, I've done editing on video, you know, there's parallels. I do edit the audio of the videos, which I actively do. You know, I'm constantly on the audio line with the pen tool, putting the volumes up and down, making sure it's as consistent as I can manage. Because, oh, that Osmo, I tell you what, that camera, the audio on it, on the inbuilt mic is just, it's not fun. It seems to readjust the sort of input level of the speech. Like every time I take a breath and come in, it seems to be at a different volume level, so I'm having to adjust it all the time. Oh, it's a right pain in the bum. But there's a certain way you can use it. You get used to speaking in a very consistent way and at a very consistent distance from the mic as well, and that really does help. But it's harder in selfie mode. If you're right behind it, it's easy to just keep exactly the same distance from the mic, but if you're in front of it, it's not always so easy. Anyway, I digress. Yes, I've got in for that. So that's not till spring. Anyway, but I'm pleased. Yay! Right, I'm going to get on with my editing. I have packed the snacks and my bag for the rehearsal stuff, for my audition stuff tomorrow, and worky stuff that I can get on with because I'm going to be in uni 4 hours early tomorrow. I've got a long evening ahead of me, but I've got a very pleasant one and relaxed one, I think. So I shall get the bus, I'll meet my boyfriend, we'll have a picnic in the car that I've just made, which is quite simple, but it'll be enough. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to see him because he's been away last weekend. What was I going to say? Yeah, so then after that we're going to the rehearsal. My dad and Jim, who plays the baron and sings, are also coming. So it's going to be 5 of us today in the rehearsal. I don't know if they'll stay late. They always do, mind. They don't have to, but they seem to enjoy it and they hang around until the bitter end. So it'll be late to bed and then up early in the morning, off to uni. My boyfriend's got to drop me when he's going to drop me because of work commitments, so I'm going to have 4 hours to spare, but I'm going to go into a uni building and use the desk and get up and do some editing work and get that done, and then go to uni, have a warm up, and then do my next 2 auditions. And the other one's been rescheduled now officially for the day after. Anyway, I better go because I've got a bus to catch, but thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!